Hello guys, my name is D.M.Y and welcome to Fixing Your Minigames. If you have a problem with your minigame, upload the level, make it copyable, but with a password of course, and write the ID and password on the comments down below so I can copy it and take a look at it. So we're going to take a look at two minigames today, and the first one had a problem with the left and right minigame. You remember the minigame thing you made? For some reason when I try to move left and right, it doesn't let me move anymore. Please help. Okay, let's take a look at it. I'm going to jump right into the editor, just to, so I'm able to see the problem right away. Okay, left works fine, right works fine. Okay, but one thing I notice, I click once and it moves like for a whole second. That's because of that. We don't want to activate 3 spawn triggers in a row, we only want 1. So to do that, we need to place something above, or in this case below the player, because it's the top cube. And I see he already did that, but it should be below the player and not on top of the player. It should work now. Yeah, when I tap now, it only activates 1 block. So if you have a similar problem like that, just place a block below or above your player, go to this jump ring tab thing and use those H blocks. It's a hit object, that means if you jump, you don't die, basically. To put it in a simple way. But now, he said that he had a problem that it didn't let him move to the left or the right anymore. I don't know when that's going to happen. Right now I can move just fine. Oh, there we have the problem. Looks like he wanted to make it wrong so I can fix it. Okay, so it looks like all you have to do is move those up too. So just select the spawn triggers and move them up by 2. Let me explain why. When your cube goes through here, it activates the spawn triggers automatically because obviously those are touch triggered, and because the hitbox is right here, your cube touches them automatically. But what you want to do is activate them when the cube jumps, like right here. So you have to make sure that the spawn triggers are not like here, because then the cube wouldn't have to jump to activate them. So make sure that they're up like 1 or 2 steps, small steps, not full steps, and that they're not on the ground like that. But that looks weird. You see that? Okay, let me do it a bit different now. I'm going to delete this part because it would probably take a bit too long. Yeah, look at that. It would probably take a bit too long to fix. So instead of just fixing all the individual ones, I'm just going to copy and paste the working part. And now we should have a working level again. Okay, one thing I noticed too is that those collision blocks that make you stop when you hit the wall are way too far on outside of the wall. So move them into the wall a bit, like that, so you can get a bit closer to the wall. Okay. What I also noticed is that you can just stay in the middle here and do nothing. And that nothing happens for a pretty long period of time. So moving left and right works perfectly fine. And yeah, and the level is fixed now. And that's what I meant, those pink dots that came down were just on the right and the left, and put some in the middle so you can move the left and right. Let's move on with the next one. This had a problem on the 4 directions minigame. For me, up is not moving and the others are going the wrong directions, even though I put in the right values. Okay, let's take a look at it. So switching directions works perfect. Ooh, okay. Yep, up doesn't work. Okay, only down works. So the problem is that we always move down. I move right and I move down. I move up and I move down, which means that in the end I don't move in any directions because I'm doing both at the same time. And I'm guessing that if I move left, I go down too. Yes. So as you can see, 14 is the spawn trigger that makes us move down, and that's group 20. What it should instead have is 6, 15, and 16. So spawn trigger 3 doesn't have 6, 15, or 16, obviously, because it's not supposed to be deactivated when the level starts, because that's the first thing that comes up. The next is 7, which has the group ID 6. That's good. Then 13 has group ID 15. That's good too. And then we have spawn 14, and that should have toggle 16. But it doesn't, it only has group ID 20, which is already used by group ID, by spawn trigger 3. I don't know what spawn ID 20 does, but okay. So all we have to do is give it the group ID 16, and now it should work perfectly, because as you can see here, group ID 16 is activated and deactivated here, but not group ID 20. So if we do that now, it should work perfectly fine. Yes. So if you have a similar problem like that, make sure that all the spawn triggers have the right group ID in them, and that they spawn the right group ID, and that all the toggle triggers have all the right group IDs and all that stuff. It's all about the group IDs. If something doesn't work, first check the group IDs and then check the spawn triggers. And if none of that helped, come to me and upload the level and ask me for help. I hope this video helped some of you. If it did, leave a like. If it didn't, write in the comments down below if you have any different problems. And if you want to see more, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!